and the fuel numbers are, yeah, kind of, aren't they? They're not absolute. As Malicelli goes through, now just 2 seconds away from the lead. But it looks comfortable. I've got to say, it looks comfortable for Tommy Milner, and he's not getting the pressure from that Ferrari, who's trying to get by one of the Flying Lizard Porsches at the moment, trying not to lose any more ground.
Well, it cost him a little bit of time there through turn 5.
Certainly did.
Well, at the front of the field, the gap between the two leaders, it was 20 seconds or there, about 19 seconds after the pit stops. It's now down to just under 12. I'm sure that Trelliway is just biding his time there. 1:52 that time around. That's a pretty slow lap from him. Christensen, the previous lap, had done a 1:48.6.
Trelliway's done a couple of 52s recently. It's down to 12
so
seconds.
Christensen also. So again, you know, the conditions are very tricky out there. You cannot afford to take any chances at this stage in the race.
Six and a half minutes left to go. On board with the leader in GT, Tommy Milner. Let's have some thoughts from you, Jeremy, as much as we can, with a couple of the classes still up for grabs, certainly this GT category. Let's start with GTC. Another great battle, and alright, not the barnstorming finish we were expecting, but Blake Mullen looks like he's going to take the battle for Alex Job Racing. Before we do that, let's chronicle the up and down day of the number 4 GM Chevy Corvette. Electrical problems for Richard Westbrook brought him into the pit lane. They had to cut one of the wires because there was smoke going on in there. They've had a number of issues with the officials. Got a stop and 60 penalty, and yet they have fought back, and they are getting the Hard Charger award today. Let's check in with the P2 leader. Marino Franchitti celebrating the arrival of baby Luca last Friday, and in addition to our community, and a loss to our community last Friday with Carl Eric Christensen, Tom's dad, passing away, and Luca Franchitti arriving. Looks like Marino is going to take that one ahead of his teammate. Let's go back to GTC, Jeremy. 33-second lead here, and this will be a nice, a little delightful double for Alex Job Racing after the Rolex 24 Daytona.
Yeah, that's right, it absolutely will, and a second consecutive win here as well in the 12 hours of Sebring for this team. So remarkable. 1-2 they were last year. You're going to have to be content with just one. Just a win this time.
I think that's all right, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah. And
also for Jerome Blakemon, just his 20th start in the American Le Mans Series, looking to score victory number 12. 12 out of 20. That's not a bad record.
Really? That is a remarkable strike rate, isn't it? I think in GT, BMW 4th position for Jörg Muller, and 7th for Joey Hahn for the new cars. I think they'll be relatively happy with that. It could have been a bit better, in fairness.
I think all sorts of fabulous stories in GT. The SRT Vipers have been magnificent. Haven't quite lasted the pace at the end, but still a fantastic effort in a very, very tough motor race.
5th place for Falkenhayn.
And the Falcon Tires Porsche as well, to come away with a podium. They'd be thrilled with that. They're going to be a lap or so down in 3rd place, but hey, that's a lot better than we might have expected coming into the week.
And Jeremy, in a race that's only had 4 full course cautions, so they haven't been helped out by the pace of the race coming back to them. That is a genuine position. I think they'll take that and run with it for the rest of the season. For me, the fight back from Corvette in GT is fabulous, but I want to have a word for Matteo Malicelli. Okay, a little mistake there at the end that has passed the lead to Tommy Milner, who was bearing down on him anyway, and that's not over yet, by the way. But I think we found a right little star here for Risi Competizione on their return. And at the front of the field, of course, that 12-second gap between Treluet and Christensen, tantalisingly close for the 2013 car from Audi. But it will be the young Chargers. The guys have been doing all the winning recently who take this one. But a flag up, Jeremy, the battle between Rebellion and the Muscle Milk guys. It's under a minute, you know, again for Klaus Graf. And again, without the... It's all ifs and ands, I know, but clean races, shorter races. We go to a very different track after this, Long Beach, and then Master Raceway Laguna Seca. I'm looking forward to that ALMS battle between the 12, the 13 and the 6, and hopefully the Dyson as well for the rest of the season. I know we're not going to have both of the Rebellion cars all year, but it looks to me as though Muscle Milk have got a real battle on their hands.
I think so. That has been the fastest car this week, but yeah, and they've been sort of switching around between specifications as well on that car, so there's a lot of options there. But that is going to be a good battle, and both teams have really done a fine job here. Those two penalties very costly for Muscle Milk Racing, but the car has been fast, the drivers have done a very nice job, the team has been exemplary, so hats off to those guys. There is the white flag, one more lap around for Benoit Treluet in car number 1.
Audi only beaten in competition twice of the times that they have entered the Sebring 12 hours, once by Porsche and once by Oreca, Hugh de Schoenach's company. But this weekend it has all been about the celebrations of Audi, bringing their past cars and past drivers to relive those previous glories. So in some way, perhaps, given that they've been looking back at their history, that it's the 2012 car that will take it from the future, the 2013 car. Although interesting, it's the younger set of drivers that are in that car. Lena Gate will have another major victory on her engineering CV as Benoit Treluet comes through with over 10 seconds at the line from Tom Christensen in second place. Despite this win, Jeremy, I honestly don't think that Audi Sport will be that happy. I don't think it was a clean enough run for them. I don't think it was dominating enough run for them. And I don't think it has sent shivers down the spine of the guys at Cologne. And by that, of course, I mean Toyota, who they will be racing in a month's time at Silverstone. Yeah,
I have to agree with you. I know there's certainly the two guys are going to be particularly disappointed here. Are going to be Tom Christensen and Alan McNish, who really did have very high hopes of a second win in a row. Number 7 it would have been for TK, number 5 for Alan McNish, but it doesn't look that way, John.
Here comes the leader, and he's just gone past the Corvette, so there'll be no extra lap for the GT battle. It's Treluet who brings the number 1 Audi home, along with Marcel Fessler and Ollie Jarvis. Through goes the GT winner, Tommy Milner, who wins it by a very small margin. The 52 car going through there as well. That was the PC category winner. David Ostella's done a great run in that final category. There's smiles on the face of Ollie Jarvis and the Audi crew. There are smiles and I think sighs of relief from the guys in the number 4 Audi crew. Damien Faulkner has come to a dead stop out on the circuit on the last lap around. This is the 3rd place car. He will lose the podium here. I think Sean Edwards has gone through and he's dropped to 4th position. Zero luck for TRG, and Damien Faulkner and Jeremy Shaw shakes his head.
Yeah, the last lap was really slow. I don't know what the problem was. It was 2:28 for Damien Faulkner last lap around. Looks like he's not going to reach the finish line. What a heartbreaker.
I wonder if they didn't put enough fuel in at the end there. Marino Frank drove both the cars. Scott Tucker drove 195 laps in this race. That was a pretty decent stint, split between the two cars, obviously. But Ryan Briscoe, Marino Franchitti and Scott Tucker taking the victory ahead of their teammate. Not the absolute barnstorming finish that we've seen in the past, Jeremy, but for me, enough to keep me interested throughout that 12 hours. And just what, half a dozen cars who won't have made it to the end.
Yeah, there weren't many dull moments, were there?
Well, we'll wrap it up with some of the winners' interviews. There are your class winners for the 61st annual Mobil 1 12 Hours of